Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, I'm your host with the most. It's your boy Marco, the kettle from the Kettle's Lounge. Now let's talk about today, shall we? Dark Souls 3. Out of the few I've done, Dark Souls 3, I want to say, I prefer doing. It's probably the favourite platinum I've done so far out of my 45 platinums. It's definitely my favourite. Bloodborne's probably in number 2, but Dark Souls 3 is here. But that's my opinion on that one. Let's get into rating it. I'm just gonna cut the difficulty altogether at the start. I've decided, because I'm gonna mention it in reviewing the platinum. So there's no real point in really mentioning it when talking about, because it just makes things confusing. So let's start off, shall we? There's 43 trophies in total, I believe. I'm just going off memory here once again, like I always do. 43 in total. That's including the platinum. Let me just quickly think.
Don't worry, fam. I'll give you a freebie.
Well, there's nothing too hard. Of course, Dark Souls, just playing the game is the challenge itself. But it's recommended, and I recommend this, that you follow a guide. Luckily, I had the good friend with me, Silly, helping me all the way, especially cutting out some of the grinds, like getting all the rings, which I'll get to. So big thanks to Silly helping me through the entire thing. Yeah, so trophies, there's one for killing the bosses. I don't know if there's one for killing all the bosses, but there's one for killing a majority of them. Nameless King doesn't have one, Ancient Wyvern doesn't have one. I think the Rotten one doesn't have one, or the big tree that you'll eventually fight. I don't know if that has one either. So there's bosses. There's one to get all emotes, all miracles, all sorceries, and all pyromancies, which is slightly different from Dark Souls 2, because in Dark Souls 2 there was hexes. And you needed all hexes, and you didn't need the gesture. Oh no, did you need the gestures? No, you didn't need the gestures in Dark Souls 2. Oh, so yeah, you need all that. There's getting all rings, as I mentioned. There's 3 different endings. There's maxing out your Estus, so getting all 15 Estus flasks. There's getting a plus 10 Estus for your Estus flask. There is get a weapon to plus 10. Put, and I'll try and remember this one. Infuse all weapons, that's the one. Infuse all weapons. Not infuse all weapons. Infuse weapons with all gemstones. So I believe there's 15 in total, 16, and you need to get certain coals and give it to the blacksmith to do. And off top of my head, and there's join all the covenants as well. Now that, I believe, is all of them. I could be wrong. But you'll know when you get it. I suggest watching a guide if you're going to do this anyway. Anyway, on to rating the platinum. How do we rate platinums? I don't know, it changes every time.
What?
We'll go off difficulty, how it feels to play by yourself,
So confused.
how the game is in general, tedious trophies,
Oh, that's brilliant.
missable trophies, multiplayer trophies, and
I'm so confused.
I'll go with that. So we'll start with difficulty because I normally rate that anyway. But like I said, I'll include it. Let me just give you my overall opinion on the platinum first. I'm giving this a 9. A 9. There's one the only problem is with playing online is getting invaded, because that is a piss take. Normally I would not swear, but getting those is
Well, that was a lot of damage.
shocking, to say the least. So yeah, a 9 out of 10 is what I'm giving it in terms of rating. What am I saying? So next one is, oh yeah, time. I'm rating on time as well. Time, I believe, I'm trying to remember what Silly said. The time apparently 75 hours to 100 hours. It took me 30. But that's just because I've played a lot of Dark Souls, and of course I know how to speedrun the game with my getting the third ending, which was the final trophy I needed. I think I did it within an hour. An hour, maybe just a bit over, because I did get invaded, and I had to quit. I also did it with only grabbing 4 bonfires, I think, which I could have limited down to even 2, if I'm honest, or even 1. So yeah, time took me roughly 32 hours, but according to websites, I'm going off what Silly said, remember, 75 to 100. We'll go off, how does it feel to play by yourself? That sounds wrong, but I'm giving it a 10. Dark Souls is an enjoyable game, whether you're playing with others or whether you're playing by yourself. It is enjoyable. Tedious trophies. I'm going to do tedious trophies before I do multiplayer trophies, and there's a reason for that. Tedious trophies, the only tedious trophies is your Masters of Miracles, Pyromancies, spells, and your rings, your endings, your gestures. Though gestures are not too bad actually. But the only problem with them is with endings, of course, you can go to New Game. You have to go to New Game plus 2, or if you've got PS Plus, which I don't, because I rob other people's. You can back up your save and do your endings like that. With pyromancies, miracles, and sorceries, you need to level up your covenants and rings as well. You have to give 30 of each to the covenant people. So what is it? It's 30 watchdogs of Farron Keep, 30 mound makers, 30 proof of Concord kept, 30 Sombro medals, sunlight medals, 30 human dregs. I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, because Silly's done this game 1,000 times. He just gave me all the rings, and I got that one, so that's where a lot of my time has been saved. Although I was hitting some, good pace when I was farming, so even if he hadn't helped me, 40 hours, 45 hours maybe would have took me. So yeah, they're the only tedious ones, and why I do those before multiplayer is because there's two ways to get all the things. With Sunlight Medals, you get one every time you beat a boss. Fahrenkeep, Watch Dogs of Fahrenkeep, you'll get teleported, or you'll get summoned to another world, and you'll have to kill any people to get the what are they called? The Covenant items. You've also got to farm things inside the Fahrenkeep to get them as well. If you don't want to do the online way. Proof of Concord kept, which is the only one I had to farm, and took me around 2 hours, 3 hours, I think, to farm them all. When you get to the Anor Londo bonfire, there will be 2 silver knights up the stairs, one with a spear, one with a sword, and you just want to farm them over and over again. There's a specific method I used to do it, or way I did it. But that's only if you have 99 luck, and well, you me. Things like the human dregs. After you do the Pontiff fight, you'll get into Aldrich's backyard or Pontiff's backyard. I can't remember which one it is. And you'll come to a courtyard of giants. There's 2 giants you can kill. Then there'll be 2 human players, I guess. Like not PvP, it's like the hunters in Bloodborne, essentially. So you do that, and you go upstairs, and instead, what you want to do is you want to go through the door. There's a hidden wall. Go down there, and that's where you'll find the Aldrich Faithful. But do you? I don't know if you have to use that or if there's another coven, but if you go upstairs, no. I use the... What is it? The Dark Moon? Crest of the Dark Moon or something like that. Yorshka's one, which is what you need the proof of the Concord kept from. But yeah, there's the 9 archdeacons. You kill all them and they have a chance of dropping human dregs, and you just want to farm them till 30. At 10 you'll get, I believe it's a pyromancy, I could be wrong there. Then at 10 you get your ring. 30 you get your ring, sorry. What other ones were there? There's the vertebrae shackles for the mound maker. You need 30 of them, and that you get I want to say you get a sorcery from that. I don't know how you get them the PvE way, but with PvP you spawn in, you kill someone, you get them. Or if you're a different covenant, you kill someone who's invading you as a mad spirit. There is a way to sort of boost to get these, and that's by, if I can remember correctly, you have to use the red invader soapstone, have a friend summon you and you just kill him, and you'll get your 30 shackles. 30 shackles. I can't remember what the other 2 covenants are. I think Blue Sentinel. Yeah, there's Blue Sentinels, but I'm not too sure. I believe it's a ring you get from that. Other than that, what is it? So that's in terms of tedious trophies. Then ending. You want to make sure you get your the ending of being a usurper. Essentially, is what the ending is. That you want to do on a new game. Like I said, you'll want to watch a guide on that. Because you've got to do some out of the way stuff. And gestures, you've got to do a bunch of people's storylines, and they'll give you gestures for like Siegward's the Onion Knight. He gives you 3 gestures, I think. Grey Rat gives you gestures. Patches gives you 2 gestures, I think. Summoning people gets just a bunch of stuff. And of course, with the boss souls, you want to give boss souls to a fella sat on a throne in the Filing Shrine, and you'll get your what are they called? You'll get your. I'll eventually remember. You'll get your sorceries and hexes and whatnot. Then, like I said, there's tomes, and I had to do the miracles in New Game +1, simply because the person who gives you miracles, I gave her a dark tome and full of evil and stuff, and yeah, she didn't like that, and you have to kill her. So that happened. So that's thingy trophies, tedious trophies. Thanks to Silly, I'm putting that at a 8. If I had to do the rings, then I'd probably put it at a 5 on that. So I'm gonna say a 5 on that. Then where do we go from there? Time. I've mentioned time. I've mentioned tedious multiplayer, which is your Covenant items. Bosses are easy. There's a few missable, like I said, doing gestures, spells. But they're not too bad. They can be done again. And last thing I'm going to touch on is how it feels to play the game. I love Dark Souls. I have a cross Xbox when I played it a long time ago. Xbox, my PS4, both accounts. Probably got 400 hours in Dark Souls 2. So I love the Dark Souls franchise, and of course Dark Souls 3 is no exception. And I really like the way it plays. It's smooth. I think sometimes it can be a bit buggy, like I'll be attacking a certain direction and all of a sudden I'm not. Other than that, it's a wonderful game to play. It really is. And I'm glad I got the experience to play the game to its full. All the PvP, PvE, doing all the endings, gestures, whatnot. I think it was a wonderful experience, and I obviously put that as a 10. So overall ranking, like I said, it's a 9. It's a 9 out of 10. Maybe even a 9.5 out of 10, if I'm honest. Just the tedious trophies that really bring this one down for me. And the fact that I'll have to play on offline because I don't like PvP. Yeah, so there's that. And that's really it. So yeah, difficulty. As a game, most people will find that Dark Souls is difficult, just in general. It's not necessarily singling out the trophies. Like with Bloodborne, it's a hard game, easy platinum, I think. I don't think the platinum's too hard. I think the difficulty goes up because of the game itself. So yeah, that's why I give difficulty a 6. I think even a 5. I'd give it a 5 actually. So yeah, difficulty's a 5, and the platinum's a 9.5. So yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed. If you watched it this far, if you've got any, ways you want me to change it up in the next one, I will be doing Bloodborne straight after this, after releasing another video as well of all just like the fails, me jumping off things and dying horribly.
Okay, where's his head
So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed,
Yeah, let's go.
Third time's the
and
charm.
it's been your host. Oh yeah, no, before I do end it actually, everything's been my own opinion.
Oh, did he?
Don't take my opinion to heart. You might love it, you might not. Don't take my words as a full, be all end all. Make your own opinion for it. By looking at gameplay for yourself. Now that's the end. Other than that, it's been your host with the most. It's been your boy, Marco the Kettle from the Kettle Round. I hope you all have a wonderful
the
week.
opportunity for comedy.
And yeah,
I
peace.
took him